Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to solve more example on Fourier integral representation. So consider the example. Establish the following representation. E raised to minus x minus e raised to minus 2x is equal to 6 upon pi integration from 0 to infinity lambda into sine lambda x divided by lambda square plus 1 into lambda square plus 4 d lambda. Solution. See, to establish this representation, now what we have to observe? We have to observe in the integral on the RHS which trigonometric function is present, whether it is sine function or cosine function. Depending upon that, we are going to evaluate the corresponding Fourier transform. So on the right hand side, sine lambda x function is present in the integral. Hence, we are going to evaluate Fourier sine transform. First of all, we will call this function, left hand side function, as f of x. So let f of x is equal to e raised to minus x minus e raised to minus 2x. Now Fourier sine transform is given by, that already we discussed how we determine this, because sine lambda x term is present in the integration. So Fourier sine transform is given by fs lambda is equal to integration 0 to infinity f of v sine lambda v dv. Now replace the value of f of v, which is Fs lambda is equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus v minus e raised to minus 2v into sine lambda v dv. Now we will separate these two integrations. So it will give us Fs lambda is equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus v sine lambda v dv minus integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2v sine lambda v dv. To simplify these integrations, we will use the formula integration of e raised to ax sine bx dx is equal to e raised to ax divided by a square plus b square into a sine bx minus b cos bx. For the first integration, a is minus 1 and b is lambda. For the second integration, a is minus 2 and b is lambda. So therefore, for the first integration, integral will be e raised to minus v divided by 1 plus lambda square minus sine lambda v minus lambda cos lambda v. Limits are from 0 to infinity. So we have replaced a by minus 1 and b by lambda. Similarly, for the second integration also replace a by minus 2 and b by lambda. That will give us minus e raised to minus 2v divided by 4 plus lambda square into minus 2 sine lambda v minus lambda cos lambda v. Limits are from 0 to infinity. Now put upper limit and lower limit and simplify the expression, which gives us fs lambda equal to, for the first term it is lambda divided by 1 plus lambda square minus, for the second it is lambda divided by 4 plus lambda square. Then take the LCM and simplify the numerator. It will give us fs lambda is equal to 4 lambda plus lambda cube minus lambda cube divided by 1 plus lambda square into 4 plus lambda square. This lambda cube will get cancelled and we left with 3 lambda divided by 1 plus lambda square into 4 plus lambda square. Now here we have obtained the Fourier sine transform. To get or to establish that representation, we have to replace this fs lambda into the inverse Fourier sine transform, which is given by f of x is equal to 2 upon pi integration from 0 to infinity fs lambda sine lambda x d lambda. So replace this fs lambda here in f of x. That will give us f of x is equal to 2 upon pi integration from 0 to infinity 3 lambda divided by 1 plus lambda square into 4 plus lambda square sine lambda x d lambda. Now perform the multiplication. So we will get the final expression which we want to establish, which is f of x equal to 6 upon pi integration from 0 to infinity lambda into sine lambda x divided by 1 plus lambda square into 4 plus lambda square d lambda as required. I hope you got this example. Now we will go to the next example. Second example, solve the following integral equation. Integration from 0 to infinity f of v cos lambda v dv, which is equal to 1 for lambda lying between 0 to 1 and 0 for lambda greater than 1. Solution. So here first of all we have to obtain which transform is given to us, because to solve the integral equation means we have to obtain f of x, and if we recall the formula for f of x, which is the inverse transform, and in the inverse transform we must know what is the transform, which Fourier transform it is there. So that will be observed, that will be identified from which trigonometric term is present in the integral in the integration which is given to us. So in this integration cosine term is present, and therefore this will be treated as fc lambda. So fc lambda is equal to 1 for lambda lying between 0 to 1 and 0 for lambda greater than 1. As I discussed, to solve the integral equation means to find f of x. So as we have considered here fc lambda, therefore to solve it we will consider inverse Fourier cosine transform, which is given by f of x is equal to 2 upon pi integration from 0 to infinity fc lambda cos lambda x d lambda. Now fc lambda is defined on the two intervals 0 to 1 and 1 to infinity. Therefore, we will split this integration into two integrals as 2 upon pi integration from 0 to 1 fc lambda cos lambda x d lambda plus 2 upon pi integration from 1 to infinity fc lambda cos lambda x d lambda. Now replace the value of fc lambda from the respective interval. In 0 to 1 it is 1, and in 1 to infinity it is 0. Hence f of x it becomes 2 upon pi integration from 0 to 1 cos lambda x d lambda. This is simple integration. So get its integration, which is f of x is equal to 2 upon pi sine lambda x upon x. Limits are from 0 to 1. So put the upper limit, put the lower limit. That will give us 2 upon pi sine x upon x minus sine 0 is 0, and hence the inverse Fourier cosine transform is f of x is equal to 2 upon pi sin x upon x, which is the solution of given integral equation. So in this way we will solve this example. I hope you have understood this. Thanks for watching this video.